you know, as Karen had mentioned, I'm one of 12 children, and I went to the University of Illinois down in Champaign. And one of the things that was amazing to me when I went away, I realized, wow, life's a little different outside of a 14-person, 3-bedroom house on the south side, because it's a very small place. And when I got out of school, my uncle kept telling me, Julie, you have a personality, you should go into sales. I said, I did not just pay for myself to go through college to go into sales. And so I was a finance major, and then I started interviewing with all these companies. And everyone from Illinois who was in the business college, they all went to the big 6 accounting firms. And if you didn't do that, you just didn't fit in. And I go, well, I don't fit, because I do not operate corporate America very well. Because in one of 12 children, one of the things that you'll realize is you just want to out-talk everybody else. And I knew I'd get in trouble very fast if I went into corporate America. And so when I got out of school, this one gentleman I had met, he had worked for Prudential. He talked me into going into the financial services industry. And then Prudential told me they didn't want me because I didn't come from any money, so I was less likely to succeed in the business. I'm like, that's crap. I was really offended by that. And then I started with John Hancock when I first came out of school, and 8 months later, this man that I really liked, who really shifted me to this area, walked in and became my boss. I was like, oh, that's a little spooky. You know, and here, because I mean, it was his company that did, he was just the recruiter, and it had nothing to do with the hiring process then. He was just to sell you the bill of goods, if you will, of what to do. And so then Hancock went public in the year 2000, and there was no way I wanted to stay with an insurance company, because at the time I was in an independent branch, and they wanted to pull us back in. And I just decided, you know, I walked into so many households, and I'm sure many of you can understand this, where they feel that they've been used and abused by somebody in the financial services industry. And because most of the public doesn't understand the product lines, or once you get a handle on one, then they change, and from stocks to funds to annuities to even your employee benefits. And I incorporated in the year 2000, and I really said, you know what, I want to be the client advocate. And so I created a client advocacy board, and I told my clients, I said, you tell me how you want this company built, and I'll build it based on that. And so that I really kind of call myself the quarterback. I have 8 brothers, so lots of football analogies. But being like the quarterback for people, that I'm on your team, not just a product line of things that I need to give to you. And it's quite amazing that really shifted things. And it's reflected today. I mean, in my company, we get 8 to 10 referrals a month. And it's quite amazing. And I absolutely love people, and just one coincidence after the other. I mean, that's how I met Karen. You know, I'm like, okay, I need to meet somebody who can help me. You know, being raised Irish Catholic, going outside my 9 dots makes me a little uncomfortable. Karen is fabulous at pushing me outside my 9 dots, going, this is your life purpose. And I go, I know, but I got to follow the plan. You know, so it's just interesting. And those are huge little quirks about myself that, here, I'm a very structured person, and that's what's helped me to help other people structure their worlds, but not change who you are. I really believe. I mean, I was entrepreneurial thinking right coming out of school, because I figured worst case scenario, I'd go back to eating, you know, macaroni and cheese like I did growing up, and that was never happening. You know, but so many people feel like they have so much to lose, and that's really just the facade that we live in. And so, just really trying to shift to a place of what makes you tick. You know, I always say, if I'm not giggling, I'm doing the wrong thing. You know, God has to make you tick. If I'm not giggling, it's one of the questions I always ask people when they first walk in my door. I say, what makes you tick? And they always go, financially? I'm like, no, anything. And people just don't naturally think that way. So it's kind of a shift in a paradigm. And those are little things of applying myself to that, and not being afraid to break the mold of all of our social conditioning today, because I think that's what holds so many people back.